Please check that your video settings are correct in the lower right-hand corner of your video screen. On your list of tabs, you will find cue sheets. The index of cue sheets are for lighting cues, spotlight cues, and deck electrician cues. Let's look at show name B's lighting cues. You can select it by clicking in the index or by clicking the collapsible lighting cue sheet. Here it lists the electric cue numbers and their descriptions. You can edit each cue number or delete each cue number. To add cue numbers to the list, simply type in the number and its description, and then click the Add Cue button. Your new lighting cue number will be added to the cue list. Let's look at the Spotlight cue sheet for show name B. You can get there by either clicking on the Spotlight cue sheet in the index or by clicking on the collapsible title for the list. Here it lists the electric cue number along with the Spotlight cue number, the Spotlight number, and its gel frame data. There's edit buttons for each Spotlight number, edit, and delete. Let's add another Spotlight to show name B by clicking on the Add Spotlight button. This opens a dialog box where you can answer questions about the new Spotlight number. We're going to add a Spotlight number 2 and give it a highlight color. Next, we answer gel frame data by selecting a color. Frame 1 is Lee 201, so we scroll to Lee 201 and click on it. Rinse and repeat for frames 2 and frames 3. Frame 2 is Roscoe 33, and frame 3 is Roscoe 10. Once you're happy with your answers, click on Add Spotlight to add it to your show. If you need to make changes, for example the highlight color, simply click the Edit button. It will throw your data back into the Edit dialog box where you can make any changes. Then click on Update when you're done. To add Spotlight cues, click on the Add Spotlight cue button and enter in the electrics cue number the spot cue is around, then the actual Spotlight cue number. So on LX 5 is spot cue 2. Then click on the Add Spotlight cue button to add the cue to the list. Then we add a description of what the Spotlight cue does. On Spotlight number 2, we click the Edit button, which brings up a dialog box where we can enter in the description. The last feature on the Spotlight cue sheet is Move Column. If you're Spotlight number 2 and you wanted your cue list next to the actual cue numbers because it's easier to read that way, simply click on the crosshair and drag it there. Let's now take a look at the Deck Electricians cue sheet. You can get there by either clicking on it in the index or clicking on the collapsible list title. It lists the electric cue number and the description of the deck cue. Each cue in the list can be edited or deleted using these buttons. You can add deck cues to the list here by entering the electrics cue number and the deck cue description. Then click on the Add Cue button to add it to the list.